Okay.
So like today or yesterday, I got to thinking about stuff in my past that like my son or the youth in general haven't experienced or are lacking. And so it came because Liam had his first sleepover last night, overnight sleepover. And I used to think like, man, I used to do that all the time when I was little. Like just go across the street to my friend's house and spend the night, blah blah blah. But this dude is almost 8 and he just had his first sleepover. So anything in your youth or past that you feel like the young kids are lacking?
The only thing I would say would be um more so with like them going outside. I think they spend too much time
Yep.
inside. I know
Hmm.
when I was a kid, like, I never wanted to be inside the house. Go get me
Yeah.
outside. It should be come back on, the street lights on, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it ain't one of them. It's one of them like you forcing them to go outside, like, take your butt outside almost. But
Hmm.
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
like that's
Yeah.
probably one thing that I would say.
I mean, I
To
was a
piggyback on you.
kid. I
Oh,
wasn't
go
a
ahead,
kid
Chris.
that liked to be outside. I wasn't. I enjoyed being outside, but I will say though that I think being forced to go outside, like at least made me have to talk to people and like have friends in real life. I don't think, I don't think kids today like have like real friends in real life. Like, obviously, like they have like school friends, obviously the people that they go to school with, but I mean, I don't know. Are kids rushing home and talking on the phone to their kid or to their friends like I
See,
used to?
okay. That kind of segues into mine too, because I'm with both of y'all. One is going outside, all right, because we went outside so much that our parents even described it as a smell. Like you smell like outside, you know, that sort of thing. But then
Yeah,
two, okay, I'm gonna go the nostalgia route with Saturday morning cartoons, stuff like that, because kids nowadays have so much
yeah,
access to it. There's not a time like cartoons don't go off. We come from an era where
yeah,
kid shows went off and you had nothing. You had to go outside.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's something like really special about that time, like
Yeah.
genuinely, like because you had to be there on Saturday, so everybody was sort of watching the same cartoons, or like you were
Hmm.
watching the same cartoons after school, and like you knew, and so you had something to go and talk to your friends about. That's the other thing too. There's so many options. It's like you can't go to your friend and talk. Hey, did you catch that streaming episode that Like came out? I ain't watched it
Right.
yet. I ain't watched it yet. No spoilers. Yeah. No spoilers. Yeah, we had a
No
no
spoilers, right?
spoiler. Yeah, so it's like, oh no, we got more reasons not to talk to each other than we do now. But how about the going outside thing? So like, I remember when I used to be a kid, we used to be out, like you said, for daylight till the street light came out. Like, would you be okay with your kids doing that now? I know Gary, your kids are a little older, so you should be fine. But what about you, Josh? Like,
Um,
let them roam in the neighborhood unsupervised.
in my neighborhood, yeah. In my neighborhood, yeah. If I was in another neighborhood, I had to see. Yeah, I think this depends on like your area, your environment. Like my
Okay.
environment is I'm in a uh
Hoa,
yeah.
you in a Hoa?
Shut up. So I'm in a little subdivision, but it's I mean like it's a pretty chill subdivision. I feel like you don't really hear anything that goes on. I think the only thing, I mean, granted, I feel like there's things that go on every place, and you can always catch some kids doing something bad they ain't supposed to be doing. But for the most part, I would, and that's just me just trusting my kids. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
and like,
Hmm.
but once they break that, then no, you know that privilege is done for. So they won't have it anymore. But I would trust my kids at first to mess up
Hey
before
Chris,
I take it away.
mm,
what's crazy is it though is mine. I got 17-year old and a 12-year old, about to be 13, and I'm still leery at letting them out. Man, I'm
oh,
now
really?
coming to the
Oh,
grips where
really?
we
Okay.
just now really letting my oldest, uh, kind of be. You know what I mean? He gonna be
Okay.
a senior in high school. You know what I mean? He learned how to drive, about to get his license and all that kind of stuff. So now it's more or less like Okay, you want to go around the corner to your friend's house? Okay, cool. For one, it don't seem like none of his friends live near him though. Like back in the day, we had friends right around the corner
Mm,
next door, this, that, and other. No, it's always, somewhere where you got to drive. Or
mm.
back in the day, we had our bikes that we would just drive 3 and 4 neighborhoods over, and our parents just said just be in by the time the street light came on, like you said. So I'm finding out now in this day and age, I don't know. I do have a little bit more of an apprehension of them going out, but I'm starting to give him leeway because I'm starting to see the maturity.
So you got
I'm
Yeah,
so
just,
so,
I'm
so
just,
you don't have a curfew for gamer?
as far as late, like late curfew,
Yeah,
because
like
he's just getting into that
weekends.
stage where he's
The
staying out late.
right, the weekends, like be home by 11. Like, do we have like a curfew that he needs to be home by?
Yeah, yeah, I would say I'll probably be leaning more towards curfew.
Do you have a time? Are you he just knows he shouldn't be out that late.
It's just depending upon what time you went out. Like, it is crazy. Okay, so like if you and your friends meet up at 2, I better not not hear from you until 11. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
So it's
I'm not. Like, he could check in on you, but I'm talking about like he ain't coming home until like midnight. And he left at 2. He'd call you
mm,
and say, "Hey, I'm out. I'm still out
that's a
there."
new that's the kind of the realm that we kind of in now because he just now starting to drive and most of his friends now are they at the same level about to start
Mm.
driving and all of that. So before that they haven't been out late because their parents been dropping them off at a certain time and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I think about it. Yeah, I think about 10, 11.
Did y'all have curfews when y'all was a kid? Do y'all remember? Y'all went out around
street
like
Mine
light
did.
came on.
18, 18, 16,
Mine's was street light.
even at
I did.
17? Even at 17?
Oh, 17 now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 17, we was out there.
Yeah.
Wherever you can come home, you come home.
We put it like this. We didn't necessarily have a time to come back home. We just knew what was too late.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It was
just have
like,
that feeling. Like,
my
I think
dad
my
gonna
mom
kick my
want me.
ass.
My mom don't want me past this time. I gotta come back home.
Yeah,
It's
that
daylight
was,
savings time. I can stay out a little bit longer. What about you?
yeah. If it got like to the 1, 2 o'clock round, you was like, it had to be on certain days. So weekend, you had a little bit more leniency. For me, my dad's a pastor. My dad was a preacher, so I had to be as long as I was at church. Hey,
Mm.
get in, be at church. The next,
Oh man, that's funny. Let's start the show. So we're here today, Brothers and Friends podcast. Today,
Woo!
yup.
let's get it,
We got Gary. What's going on, Gary?
get it, lady.
What's up, Greg?
I don't know actually after that, so I'm just gonna. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
we up today. We up today. What's up, Chris?
Yo, what's going on? I don't know how to follow that one. Yeah. Feeling
Mm-mm.
good, man. Feeling good.
Greg, you had something you wanted to speak on?
Yeah. I wanted to get your unpopular opinion. You know, the thing that everybody else says you're crazy for thinking, but for some reason you are just steadfast and you refuse to think properly. I want to know what that is, and I want to start with Gary because I know it's gonna be something.
Some old.
Some old nigga shit. Like,
old.
get off my lawn.
All right, so let's start it off. Crocs. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just,
Say Crocs.
I'm just messing. No, my pet peeve is, we went back and forth with this group. We've had professional, elegant debates on this, and nobody to this day has ever given me at least what I feel is a legitimate reason for this. But It's how I define tips, I guess, or how tips were taught to me when I first got on. Now, as a disclaimer, before social media hits me or whatever in the comments or whatever. Okay, I am a tipper. Okay, my shirt says blessed, so I believe in blessing other people. I'm the type of person that will uh, give a waiter or whatever $100 tip if they do a major service or whatever, even if I just got a drink or something like that, whatever. But I go more off the feeling than I do uh, I don't like somebody telling me that you have to give me this much or this is a minimum. No, this is a
So you talking about, are you, does this equate into like those establishments if you have a party of like, 6 or 8 more, like gratuities included, like
uh,
you against that too?
do you know what? I The way that they do that, I actually like that. And I would pay $25 for a burger. You know what I mean? If it also if it meant that the tip was already included and everything.
The only the only pushback I would have on that is that the service can be trash because you already paying me, you already tipping me, so I don't got to really give you good service at all.
So
Unless I mean I
yeah,
mean unless you really care about the business, because then you can leave like bad reviews. But as far as like this, if I'm having a bad day, like I can really show you I'm having a bad day. Like I don't got to give you
yeah,
this great service because I know you're tipping me anyway. You're gonna tip
right.
me because
I can
it's already included.
I can see that both ways though. I can see it as okay, you get better service because or we require better at this restaurant because we pay you. You get what I'm saying? So you getting paid for something. So we require this level of service to your staff or whatever like that. Versus because I look at a waiting position and I guess I'm looking at it through this lens of a commission position. Because the reasons some of the reasons why people usually tell me that oh, the waiters need to get tipped this much or you should tip is because they don't get paid as much and their level of pay, and it's like, so why would you go for that specific job? Like if you can't handle that level of pay, you knew that before you became a waiter.
For the record, have any of us, the four of us, ever worked in food service?
Yes.
I worked in food
Uh,
service, but not as a
fast
waiter.
food, not
Like
Not
like as a like
not like
as
a
a
wait
as
stop.
a waiter,
not earning tips. No,
No,
that's not
no.
depending on tips.
As a waiter, as a traditional waiter, no.
as a waiter relying on tips.
No.
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 Okay, all right.
Um
My I
well,
don't my take hold on my take on tipping is I don't particularly believe that it like tipping encourages better service. I think I think if you are going to go out and sit down at a restaurant, you have signed up for the societal agreement that you are going to tip this person because they are doing a service for you that you have chosen not to do for yourself. If you need something to drink, they are going to get it. If you need silverware or whatever, they're bringing your food. You just get to sit there and just wait for it, right? So regardless of for me, I feel like even if the service was mid, right? You still get the 20% because I still didn't have to do anything. All I did was sit my ass down and I got to eat. You didn't do anything.
So
Like but how those people are paid is the reason they go after that is because they have an ability to expand their income. You take a smaller pay for the option of getting tips and maybe making more money than you possibly could. But I don't believe necessarily that tips should be reduced based on service because there's a lot of things that affect service that may not have anything to do with the waiter that you're tipping.
so do you tip? So then do you tip movers?
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
Even the movers that when you had the experience that from I think we was in Charlotte and they were bad movers, you tipped them?
Yeah.
hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah,
because,
I tip all workers. I
yeah.
tip all workers. Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold
But
on.
I
You
think
tip. So like, if the plumber came in, he said,
no,
"Joe, to fix your drain was $1,000." He fixed your drain.
Not
It was $1,000. You gonna tip him?
no.
no. I feel like a
So what's the
service worker.
difference? That's what I don't understand.
I, f- I feel like a plumber isn't a service worker. That's a like my take on this was like how you were saying, in America it's a commission job versus in Europe, it's an occupation. People want to be waiters. They get paid a higher tier because that's the occupation they desire. So there's no tipping,
Hmm.
There's no tipping.
overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they desire that position. Where here in America, some people don't want to be waiters because of that lower pay. So I
Right.
think, yeah, like you
So
said, if we increase that pay and made it a desired position, maybe tipping couldn't
so
be gone away with.
let's say I go to this. Let's say I have a friend. I say, hey, I want you to help me. Can you move this stuff for me, and I'll pay you. Does this
A
payment
friend?
include tipping? It's a friend.
Nah, I
So
mean, I
so it
bought you
has to
some
be
beer
like
and
a
pizza.
worker. No, it has to
Yeah,
be also. So a friend gets a pizza, but then
I
you,
get you some pizza.
but then a person that you
Yo,
don't know, and you hire it, you gonna give him not only the money, you gonna also tip him extra money.
yeah,
But your
Josh,
Because
friend,
I'm
you
you
my
I'm on
friend.
that.
Yeah,
friend
you're
get the
supposed to be
pizza.
my friend. Yeah,
So
I'm not
it's
paying
like
you
you
to
give
be.
him the
I'm
pizza.
not paying you to show me love, man. This guy, I gotta.
See, that's my thing. Yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, I don't know where the lines to me have been blurred, like on what a tip
You
is. Like,
you
am
tip
I
your
am I
do you-
paying you or am I? What is a tip?
Your tip is an act of showing appreciation for an
gratitude.
So
effort
how
of
can
service that
so
has
in
been provided for you.
so in that vein, how can you tell me how much to appreciate you?
Because there's an industry standard. I mean, if we're talking specifically about waiting and
Hmm.
going to restaurants, there's
Yeah,
a standard. I mean, you can tip whatever you want, but uh, you're a piece of
So
shit if you
you're
aren't
yeah.
tipping like
So
at
you're
a certain amount.
so is your issue the percentage or
my
the
issue
like
is you telling me anything that I have to give you other than what's on my bill.
right? So you don't want to see like those suggested percentages.
Right. I'm gonna give you whatever. Now I do, I got common sense, so I get why they put those suggested amounts, but keep them at suggested. My pet peeve is with the people that say, "Oh, you better at least the minimum." No, I better not. It's my money. I didn't have to tip you at all. It is still a choice, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
I
mean, I guess my question. Hold on, my question is, who's out here asking you about your tips? Because this has been like an
Same.
ongoing conversation for years, and I'm wondering like who's really pressing you about your tipping? Because no one
It's
ever really talks to me about tips.
it only
Somebody
comes
looking at
up.
Gary's
Yeah, like who are you
Gary's
going
bill
out to
like
eat with, and they looking
in
at your
in
receipt?
in real
looking at your
time,
receipt.
I don't get this. It's only when we're talking and certain people say
Oh, yeah,
certain
okay, yeah.
things, and then they assume I'm on the same level of tipping as they are. Then they hear my opinion,
So
and then we get into it.
so let me ask you, Gary. So you tip based you will tip. You don't have a problem with tipping.
Yeah,
Your problem is you
Being
want
told
your
to.
tip to be you want your amount. You don't want your amount can vary. It can
yes,
be $1, it can be $10. They should be happy with whatever I gave them.
absolutely. Not, and I'm not saying I'm gonna
Okay.
switch up the wording. Not that they should be happy, but you should
Uh-huh.
understand that it's a tip. Like, I'm not an
And then
a
you
hole.
said, and then
Like even the
yeah,
terminology of that, I'm an a hole for giving you $1 extra than you wasn't gonna get in the first place.
yeah,
Yeah, I just don't
yeah.
get that.
So, and then your scale is determined by the level of service they give.
It's not solely determined on that, but it can be on that. Yeah.
let's table this tipping because this could be another topic because we still
Oh
got three other
wait.
people who got to give other popular opinions.
This is a
Hey,
good one.
Gary standing 10 toes down on
He's
that.
saying 10 toes. He ain't tipping what he don't want to tip.
He gonna tip what
He
he
gonna
want to
tip what
tip.
he wants to tip. Alpha standard.
Hey, I'm surprised that didn't nobody bring up the strip club.
Chris, what's your unpopular
Bro.
opinion?
Oh, we going to mine? Okay, yeah. I mean, mine's is money related too, man. So my 10 toes down is financial literacy should be a requirement for high school education graduation. And we should, the way society comes after and shames people that are illiterate, we should be going with that same energy for financially illiterate people.
Oh man, Chris. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, so I'm like 70% with you. No, no, matter of fact, even 80% with you. Is the 20% is when you said we should shame them.
Why? Yeah, you shame.
If it's readily available for everybody, then I'm like, yeah. Oh, and that's even the catch 22
But do
because
you
it
Hey,
is readily available.
do
Google,
But
you
yeah,
shame
Google it. Like Gary
do you
said, Google it.
shame illiterate people though? Like
Do I
Yeah,
shame
yeah,
them?
where's
you
this
shame
illiterate
illiterate
shaming?
people.
Like, where's this
Oh,
happening? Where
okay.
you can't
I'll show
fucking
you an
read, you
example.
fucking idiot. What's
Yep.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Who's doing that? Like,
Yeah. I'll
see,
I'll give you an, I'll give you an
see,
example.
everybody has been in
All
their
right,
little
Floyd.
reading circle at school, and then the one person that
Yep.
can't read, everybody like,
like,
That's
damn, somebody
kids though. These are
Yep.
somebody check
kids.
on
That's
Liam.
one example.
I know.
Nah.
Like,
So that's one example. But the most popular example I could think of is Floyd Mayweather. When he was struggling reading,
Oh,
everybody went after Floyd. Like, Floyd can't read. Like, yeah. So like
that's
everybody came
different.
after Floyd.
That's
But yeah,
different.
but that meme of Floyd Mayweather not learning how to read, but he got a stack full of money in front of his table. We should have been shaming him for not having that money in a high yield savings account.
but people shame it. But people shame people for financial reasons at some points though. Like
they do.
bankruptcy. If people file bankruptcy, and you know it's like it's a public thing. But I mean, you can still get elected for
It's not.
president because Trump is still president. But still, I mean,
Yeah, we need to shame Trump for not learning how to write a letter properly, sending these
Oh,
letters without proofreading it. But nah, we fine with that. But yeah,
I think it's
shame.
certain segments that do shame financial literacy, and it's usually the people that have it. But there are less in this particular situation, real world example. There are less resources for. There's a lot of resources out there, and a lot of people just don't know that there are that many resources out there to find out about financial literacy. So I would ask you, as a counter question, when did y'all learn about financial literacy?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me, yeah, I think like having parents and grandparents that are financially literate or financially savvy is a true life hack. I mean, I feel like if you can, set your kid up on first base, to be able to make it around the base path to home, I feel like getting them on that extra step ahead of folks is a true life hack, man.
so
But I think, yeah, go ahead.
when you say financial literacy, like how deep are you saying like financial literacy? Like just about budgeting
So
or just
yeah,
just budgeting itself?
good question. Yeah, for me, like my parents taught me savings was important, budgeting. At the time, managing I needed to know how to manage a checkbook, but obviously you don't have to do that now with online banking. But I felt like I lacked the financial literacy about a step above savings, like investing, insurance, et cetera, like that. So yeah, I don't think having a savings account isn't enough. Just because you have a savings account,
Right.
I feel like you need to have more. You need to have a brokerage account, a
Hmm.
401k, something, and actually earning you money versus just saving money. Yeah.
I mean, I hear your opinion, Chris, and it is quite unpopular. I will tell you. I mean, the opinion. I mean, your opinion is rooted in privilege that most people just don't have. Like, this is genuine. I mean, a lot of people don't have money
Yeah.
to think past savings, or to
Yeah.
even get to savings. Some people are living paycheck to paycheck. So, like, I don't know if we should be wagging our fingers at people for their lack of financial literacy because
And I feel like
the options are.
but like I hear you that it is coming from a privileged standpoint, and it stems from like you do have to, it's levels to it.
Yeah.
You obviously you can't invest until you have a savings account, and then you have money to roll it over into a savings. So yeah, I'm not encouraging people to just automatically jump into investing, but yeah, you got to get to that level. You have to get in that mindset of, like, Josh said earlier, like, I don't need to buy this thing. Let me build up my savings. Got my savings built up. Now I can make purchases free willy, and then also, maybe roll that into an investment account.
So I'm gonna say this. Speaking from a person who worked in a bank, then I also worked. I worked at a bank at a college where I seen a lot of high school students come over and don't know nothing about banking. I will first of all, I will agree with Chris from kind of like what Gary said about 75 to 80%. I think that it should be taught in schools. I do also feel like the parents should also teach that though too. It shouldn't be something that the teachers should just do or whatever because teachers may not know as much about it as more as we do. So, and then also, but I also don't feel like they should be, you know,
Shame.
shaming.
Shame.
I'm not
Shame.
shaming nobody because because of that lack of knowledge. Because well, first of all, because I mean, if it's not taught in schools, then like you're relying on parents to teach them, and if parents
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing, then they're not teaching their
Yeah.
kids. So
Right.
That's why I
it's one
feel
of
like
those.
if it needs to be taught in school. I was watching that movie. Was that one of them days on Netflix with SZA and
Yeah.
what's her
hmm
name? And that the scene where they're about to go in the check advance cash
And that Cat
place,
Williams was
and
telling
then
them like, don't do it.
Cat was like, "Don't go in
Don't
there."
do it.
That's
Don't do
me.
it. Don't do it.
That's me. Like, people need to learn about interest
I
rates
mean,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
so to your point, Chris, what y'all just said in that example that you just said, that's why I said about 75-80%, because there's also, you got to account for the anti
Cause
financial
like,
literacy culture too. Like I just went over with my sons, we were just going over the different commercials, and I said 877. They were like cash now. They can repeat the
mm-hmm.
things because we get taught that.
Toxic, man.
You know,
Toxic.
yeah.
And so like Cat Williams, his character said a line in there. His character said a line in there like, if you can't afford to pay that bill this month and you borrowing money,
Come on,
how can you afford to pay it
come
next
on.
month? Like, what I'm saying? Come
So
on, that's common.
I agree.
common.
I agree with it. I do also agree that again what Greg said. We are in a time where people just don't have the funds right now. So like you
Yeah,
can't,
I
I
agree.
can't.
It's sad. Like that. It's terrible. The Big Beautiful Bill is terrible as a whole. The Big Beautiful Bill is terrible, and I hate that Trump passed it. But yeah, it's definitely coming for the people that are in the lower income tier, and that's why I want us. People need to get out of that lower income tier because they coming after them.
I wanted to stop being poor, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
More
Make more money.
yeah,
Yeah. And
that's
what
what the
it
bill
really
that's what the bill
is if
It
somebody
is.
was to share with, because there are ways to start from zero. It's just that
Yeah.
not too many people at the top are sharing with people.
No.
And if they are sharing with them, they're sharing like the sales tactics to do it. Okay, try my 3 ways to be a better, and it's not really. No, like literally,
Mhm.
like what is the real? You know what I mean? Where you're not making money off of it or something like that. It's monetized. So, but there are
Yeah.
ways and there are resources, but you have to weed through all
The
of the scams and everything else.
It really you really do got to struggle out of it. I
Yeah,
admit that I probably don't know the struggle most people are going through, but I used to live off ramen and spam for years, so I know about some struggle. You know what I'm saying? So
He don't know
just
about no struggle.
well, Chris,
man, get out of here, man.
Chris don't know about no struggle.
I still rock some ramen, man.
hey,
That is
Chris,
not struggle.
yeah,
That's
not
just a
struggle.
meal.
That's not struggle.
Ramen ain't struggle
No,
food.
that ain't struggle
Ramen ain't
food.
struggle food.
No,
Chris, that's
you don't
ramen.
eat ramen because you have to,
Yeah, you eat
Chris.
ramen 'cause
You
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 like
eat
it.
ramen because you want to.
But I'm talking about at a point in my life. There was a point in my life that all I ate was
Because you
ramen
had
during the
to?
week because I had to.
Because
Yes,
you wanted
yes.
to.
No, because I had to. That's all
Okay,
I go
okay,
for
real
was
quick,
ramen for the week.
What
Okay,
flavor
okay.
ramen did you
Yeah,
choose?
I do chicken, man.
You chicken? It's a privilege, man. That's what.
It is the choices, man. Like,
Nah, yeah,
you do have to struggle out of
you
debt.
do.
You
You do.
know,
That is
like
true.
you do have to struggle out of
You
that.
do.
You have to struggle
You
out of
do.
debt.
I
And
mean, if you really want to,
Go ahead.
If you really want to, if I was going to piggyback, if you really want to get out of this situation, and I tell Wendy all the time, like to get where you want to go, you all got to put some struggle in it. To get where you want to be now. It's not even with finance anywhere. It's going to be struggle. So if you want to get out of the situation you're in, there's going to be struggling times to get you there.
And I would say that it's a mindset. So it's more of the mindset than it is what you're making. Because that's what I found out later on is like, okay, you could be dang, I was about to do the same thing. I was about to say you can be working at McDonald's. Why don't we always go to McDonald's for some reason? But but you could be working in a lower income place, right? And
Yep.
still acquire wealth. You know what I mean? You may not be a
Yep.
billionaire. What we consider when we hear wealth now, it's
Man,
astronomical. It's like
favorite.
go ahead.
Yeah. My favorite movie was that the Will Smith movie, Pursuit of Happiness,
movie, one of
man.
my favorite movies too.
He literally started from the bottom. I had a kid, had to struggle out of it, man.
But Greg, you want to talk about your
10 toes down.
Yeah, Chris, you are 10 toes down with shaming financially literate people.
Yeah.
You
We
should
hear
have
you,
known.
Chris. We hear you, Chris.
Hunger Games, Chris.
Chris gonna start throwing money at.
Stop shaming illiterate people, man.
Right, illiterate,
financially
reading illiterate.
illiterate.
You shouldn't shame.
All illiteracy
All
needs
illiteracy,
no shame.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I agree with that.
No
Yeah,
shaming.
All right. Well, I know my unpopular opinion was, do you think things that came out like in the 90s, 2000s will flop right now? Music, movies, anything. I think Gary's about to, thought Gary's on cut because he was frozen. So what do y'all think? Y'all think things that the 90s or the 2000s will flop if it came out today?
Is that a
I think
question
it
or
would.
your opinion?
I think it would. I think most things that comes out today or that came out years ago or in the 90s and they try to redo it again, the same as that movie, not like a remake. The same exact movie. I think our TV show, music, whatever. I think majority I can't say all, majority of it will flop.
Well,
Now this is a hard
yeah,
question just because
yeah,
just by like standards and like special effects are very much different in the 70s and
yes.
80s and 90s than they are now. So like it's hard to watch 70s movies today or 90s movies when like the special effects were terrible then or they're not. I mean, like Independence Day. I don't think that's a 90s movie, is it? Like I mean, the special effects was probably
That's a 90s movie.
90s.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was in the 90s. And that movie was probably top tier special effects for its time. Have y'all watched that movie recently?
Yeah. 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 You can see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no. I think most things, I think at least movies, I think movies and films, I
What
don't
about
think would
music?
hold up.
Music.
I don't think
Disagree,
music
man.
would hold up either with today's standards, just based on like I said, like the length of songs. I think songs were too long back then. Like because songs had bridges. Like the song would change. You don't hear no songs with no bridges on the radio no more.
Right.
Like it's 2 verses, 3 choruses, and you out. That's
Right.
it. There's no bridges.
I think when it comes to movies and stuff, I was with you on as far as like the technology. So since we got a Star Wars fan here, Star Wars is a great example. Star Wars made
Oof.
then looks a certain way. Star Wars made now today looks a certain way. So I think you would have to appreciate whatever you looking at because it all is art, is an art spectrum. So you have to appreciate it for the time period that it was made in. Like the first Jurassic Park, that was like supposed to be the cream of the crop. But if you go back and watch it now, oh, you can see the CGI. You can see the lines around the dinosaur. You know what I mean? You can tell what's a fake dinosaur and what's a CGI dinosaur. But as our TVs gotten better, because we got 1080p, 15, whatever, pixels and whatever, all of that kind of stuff. I remember when they first started coming out with all of that stuff, certain DVDs just didn't compute I was like, oh man, that bridge broke, and I seen the dust from the phone come off. Like, wow. So I think your spectrum has to evolve. Now, there's also the 80s was a weird era, and I'll just throw a special mention out to the 80s because the 80s was a weird era. Because you had films like Howard the Duck, Okay, yeah, they just ain't gonna age with. You- so, but I think you have my main concept is you have to appreciate whatever you're looking at in the lens that of when it was created. Yes.
Shout out to Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. That was a fantastic film. One of my favorites as a child. It was so good.
I feel like for me, I feel like if it was a top tier movie or album, I think it would still hold up today. Like
So get
yeah, a good example for me for movie is like I just recently started rewatching the Godfather movies. I feel like those, if you like gangster movies, mafia type movies, I feel like that would still hold up if it was re-released,
That's
now.
because mafia movies
And
really ain't changed. It's the mafia. It's
yeah, but
conspiracy,
like,
money laundering.
But do you, but in this reality that Josh is speaking of, one, The
mhm,
Godfather did not come out when it originally came out, and the same
okay.
movie as it exists today would drop
Mhm.
today. So its effects, its lighting, how it looks would come out
Yeah.
today as a brand new movie. You would still appreciate
Oh, I think it would be more of a
I
series than a movie.
it, like a
Good point
Netflix
because
series.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I could see that being a series, but yeah, I love The Godfather. I think it's my favorite gangster movie. I would, like I just rewatched it yesterday, so yeah, I would rewatch it because I like the filmography of it, the storytelling, like so
yeah,
So
I
real
I've
just
never
quick,
seen
for
it.
music.
so real quick, are we talking about the concept of the actual movie, or are you just talking about the way the movie looks in itself, the way it's presented?
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good question. So like I feel like both for me for Godfather, but there, like for example, there's I don't know if you guys kept up with like James Bond. Is supposedly they're making a new James Bond and they're trying to find a new James Bond, and Amazon purchased the rights to make the movie, and people are clamoring like how are they going to make James Bond more appealing to the younger generation because he's like an old spy,
Right.
it's like more like an old type of movie, and so how are they gonna make this more appealing? They said they're trying to cast a younger James Bond, like between the age of 20 to younger than 30. And so when I first heard that,
Mhm.
I was like, man, a James Bond that's younger than me, that's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel weird to watch. So I feel like that's a way you would make something like a Godfather.
yeah.
You
I
Can
feel
just
like
you
I
just
feel
you
like
gotta
can
catch.
y'all imagine James Brown saying, "Yeah, bro"?
I feel like that's the only way to make these stuff be good. Like for example, the SZA movie, the SZA and Kiki Palmer movie. Like people saying
Whatever
that's
that
like
is.
the like a somewhat of a remake of
This
Friday,
generation's
right?
Friday. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the only way you have to do it is kind of like spin the show and not and they kind of like it's not really like the same movie, but you spin it, you get new characters, you get
Yeah.
that it's a new concept like the James Bond. It's not like an old spy; it's a younger spy.
Yeah.
I feel like you
So
could
that's
change that and make it better, but like not.
and so that's why I say, your original question was like, yeah, I feel like our generation was the best generation because they're just stealing our ideas
Well, the
and
generation
just
before us
re
would say
But
the
repackaging
same
yeah,
thing,
we
though.
still yeah. That's why I say like it's always it's why like I always feel like it's always one of those things where like our parents said like our music was better like our music
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
that good as our parents' music was, and we're gonna say the same thing about our kids. Our kids, our music ain't as good as the music that's playing right now, or the movies, the TV shows, whatever. I feel like it's gonna always just be like that. It's gonna always stay that way. It's just this is what it
But
is
it's actually true for us though. The music they coming out with now is garbage.
to us.
Like
To
it's so
us.
like
To
bruh,
us.
like I listened to the like
Like
the
sure.
oh
It's
yes,
noise. It's
the
just noise, man. It's
like what is this noise crap? Oh my god, I was listening to this my bad. I was listening to this playlist of just like R&B songs.
Mhm.
And oh my god, the shit that they consider R&B
Yes.
music is
crazy,
offensive.
man.
Yes.
It
I'm
really
listening.
is.
I love you, girl, and love you. I blew you back out, and you love me more. That is not R&B music. What is that? That is garbage. Oh my god.
There's
Nah.
no,
So
yeah, there's no censorship.
Mm-mm.
No, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
There
no,
was no rhythm to that
because he
So
song.
said
No rhythm.
love in the song does not make it R&B music. That is not it.
to wrap this up, I got a question we're gonna pass around to everybody. Give me a artist or an album or music that you loved back in the day that will for sure flop now.
Good question.
I will go first.
Go ahead.
You said would
That will
flop
flop
now?
now.
That will
For sure.
flop now.
That I love.
That you
That
love
I
when you was a
love that
kid.
would flop
That you
now.
love when you was a kid that will flop right now.
That would flop now.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine first because I already know it and I don't want to forget it. But here's the thing: the album would not flop because it's bad. It's just because of the climate that we are in today.
Today, yeah.
The album is Last Train to Paris. Diddy Dirty Money. That album went so hard.
I would still rock that album though.
So hard.
Kid, but
well, I wasn't. Oh.
He said, yeah, he did say when he was a kid.
Yeah, okay. So my bad.
Though. It's fine. I would still rock that album though.
So are we saying flop because
whatever reason,
cultural issues, societal
whatever
issues, or because it's not? Oh, okay.
Or TP2.com.
I'm gonna say mine.
I know. I was about to say that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
All right.
Jeez.
Well, let me change the rules then, because y'all gonna start naming people who just
That's what I mean. And we saying like
stuff, society very well. So
yeah.
let's say
it's a different era.
Because of the different era, because the music wouldn't last in this era, not because of the person.
I was about to say, yeah, R. Kelly.
See, I would have had to do something like.
I'm gonna say mine.
Necessarily an artist.
I'm gonna say mine real quick so I can understand what I'm trying to get at. Okay, but I'm not saying it because of who he was. I'm just saying because I don't think the music would be that great. I would say Will Smith. The summertime, getting jiggy with it.
His
the
new
parents,
song is terrible,
the parents just don't understand. Yeah, I'm not messing with the new album.
Parents, I don't know what he's doing with this new song.
The parents just don't understand. Like I feel like it was so good. Like, but the Man in Black song that he had, I love those. I love that song.
You got to remember.
Now, I don't think it'd be that good.
You got to remember Will Smith. Okay, he's an artist, but at the same time, he's a marketing genius. So on the later songs. Like, parents just don't understand was when he was rapping.
That's what I'm talking
about. It was in that era. But everything else was attached to that he was in.
I'm thinking parents just don't understand. Well, parents just don't understand.
Like Wild Wild West. Like, oh, bro.
No. When Wild Wild West came out, that's when I fell off of Will Smith. But parents just don't understand. It was one more song that I'm thinking of that he had on the Fresh Prince song that I liked. Because whenever it was a Fresh Prince episode, it was like for season 1, and it was Will Smith and Carlton was trying to get a girl at the mall, and they played one of his songs in that episode, and I can't think of what it is. But I would say Will Smith.
I'm gonna say mine is gonna be the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. I love that album. It's a push play for me, but I don't think I think it would flop if it was released today. Just because of just because of how I don't think they would think it's too long, like you said. It's not. There's no bangers. There's no upbeat songs on that album. So I think it would.
And the second half of the album is
mine is more. Yeah, it's a certain demographic, I guess. Because they do the fast rapping nowadays sometimes too. Twister, Do or Die, that Adrenaline Rush, that whole album for me. Yeah. That was my era. Or Doggy Style.
Ooh, yeah.
You think Doggy Style would flop right now?
It would be canceled.
Yeah.
This is DJ Easy Dick.
Exactly.
On W Balls, coming at you.
You already know.
Oh, man.
With a fat dick for your motherfucking mouth.
Here's a question. Here's a question for y'all.
Nice cube.
This is another podcast question. This is another topic.
This is the after the show.
This is definitely after the show. So y'all would not do any type of performance or anything for Trump, no matter how much money it was.
Hell no.
If I was an artist,
no. I ain't talking about artists, anything. He give you money, money and whatever cause you want.
Oh no! And this is just
I
whatever
mean,
cause you want.
like I
So
said,
if you want to do to HBCUs, he'll donate it. If you want to do whatever, he'll donate it. But you
well,
got you got to
what do I have to
perform at
do?
one of his things. But
So what is
he'll
this? What am I doing this for? Is it like his inauguration? Is his
whatever.
campaign? What?
He's it's that
It's just a Wednesday.
birthday parade he's doing. You got to go and
You can do whatever. He just wants you to come and perform
perform.
at the White House.
I'm more of
He will
a
give you
I gotta
money,
I
and
gotta
he
stand
will
on.
he
I
will
gotta
give you
Nah,
your donation.
I gotta stand on
Or wherever you want from
principle.
that.
Yeah, because some people can
Yeah.
use you as a tool, and then that could be like, oh, he could be
Yep.
back in a bigger picture. Yeah, nah. I would have to still be.
That's a no for me.
Glad y'all can't
Ain't
be
no.
both.
Yeah.
If I'm an upcoming artist, and he gonna make a break my like that's my check. Like, hey, I'm upset after this. I don't know. I might take the heat, but yeah,
Would you
if I'm a reputable artist,
would you
So
look at
that's a good.
somebody?
That's a
I'm
good.
real quick. Would you look at somebody who is an upcoming artist who don't have no money and they do it?
I would.
Would you feel some type of way about that person?
I wouldn't blame them. But yeah, I wouldn't. Support them anymore.
But
yeah.
you don't know them.
But I
You don't
understand
know
why
them.
they do.
They just now
Well,
coming up.
Now they'll never have my
I
support.
didn't
now-
know.
now we know
And the
it.
first thing I
Yeah,
heard.
You won't
So the first thing I
support them
heard-
afterwards either.
Absolutely
Because-
not.
Yeah, I wouldn't support
because
them.
once you support them, then like you said, we don't know them. Well, now we know.
You tied
You
to
tied
it.
now.
Like yeah,
That's,
you
oh,
tied
this
to
what
it.
you this what you do.
So
That's true.
one thing that's
So
been
you can't
bugging me
mess with
like,
Trump at all.
is like so that's a good. So I love my Bengals, and I feel like Joe Burrow has been getting close to Trump, but not so much.
Oh,
He
for
hasn't,
real?
put it out
I ain't
there
seen this.
that there's pictures of him. There's pictures of him because like Joe Burrow is a UFC fan, and so is
Oh,
Trump.
okay.
So they've been pictured together at the event, but not like he's not he's pictured with them.
Subjective. Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
he was
So
in a picture shaking hands with him or something like that. I mean, even
nah,
which
not
okay. So put it like this. Let's say that there was a presidential parade or something. I don't know. This is not gonna make sense. But you were in the vicinity where Trump came in. You know how Obama they show those pictures of Obama visiting like
Yeah.
McDonald's, and you just happen to be in there.
yeah.
Okay, if Trump happened to do that and he was doing photo ops, and he said, "Come here, young man, would you take that photo?"
And that's my point. Is like, is that enough to get you canceled just to be in a photo?
I don't think
of
that's
Trump?
bad. I mean, how many times you get a chance to take a picture with the president, no matter who it is?
So if the Bengals win the Super Bowl, y'all be okay with them going to the White House?
I said,
Trump's still in
I
office?
don't really delve in all of that for real. Like, if you want to go to the you won a championship and you earned the right to go to the White House. That's how I would frame it. You're going to the White House. You're not necessarily chumming it up with. Now, if you get there and be all hokey with Trump and everything, then that's one thing, But
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
who am I
I'm
to
the
say
same
for you
way.
not to accept your prize?
Thank you so much for listening to the Brothers and Friends podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share on YouTube and Spotify. Peace.